What's going on? It's your boy Melvin, and welcome back to another edition of the Tactical Report. Today we'll be analyzing a few things that went down over the weekend, mainly on United. I know we said this show will be talking about, it's all about football, but today's show will be about United. So without further ado, let's get cracking. Let's talk tactics, yeah? Football made in Germany. Man, if you're a United fan and you saw that game, oh my days, I'm even looking for the best words to describe it, because I have never seen United foot on neck. It was like a chokehold. From the first minute to the 90th minute, man, we were attacking like, man, we were like ravaged dogs. We were like savage dogs. I've not seen that, obviously, we did not see that in like full domination and control. Definitely did not see that Carrick's era of just 3 games, obviously. So that one is negligible, yeah. But Ole's era, definitely not. Jose's era, definitely not. LVG's, definitely not. Yes, we were controlling the game, but we were just having possession. We were just taking it side to side. We were not really attacking. And obviously, Moyes' era was weird. So we're talking about almost a decade of football, attacking football, real football, entertaining football. I could not believe it, to be honest, because I was looking at the game, the first 10 minutes, I was like, what? We've had 3 corners? Was it 4 corners in the first 10 minutes? I could not believe it. I was so gassed, man. And apparently, Ralph only had 45 minutes on the training pitch. Was it on Friday? I think, yeah, on Friday or on Saturday. Apparently it was raining cats and dogs in Manchester, so they couldn't really train a lot, but as in on the field a lot. But apparently he trained for like 45 minutes. It was more about positioning. There's this thing about training the mind, because they're good footballers. They're already technical footballers, so they're training the mind, training how they should react, the gegen pressing. Oh my God, I thought that Ronaldo would not. To be honest, that was a game. A perfect, well-oiled German machine. Just football made in Germany. Mercedes ball, Audi ball, Deutschland. United faced Crystal Palace on Sunday, and it ended up 1-0 to the United. So in favor of United, with Fred scoring a beautiful goal in the 77th minute. Oh man, Fred has just been, man, it's like he's been born again, man. Fred has always been Fred. That's one thing that people need to find out. Fred has always been Fred, but he was being played as a 6, which was wrong, because he doesn't have the attributes of a 6. He's a ball-winning midfielder. He has energy for days. He has an engine. His job is just to stop the flow, to run around, to be on the opponents, to be on the midfielders, the other midfielders next, to not give them space. And so that once he wins the ball, like, he's just a ball winner. Ball winner, give it to the 6, or give it to the fullback, or give it to the 10, and then they can progress the ball forward. Definitely, we still need a deep lying midfielder. We still need a number 6, because I don't think McTominay doesn't cut it. Maybe the German will have something to do with him, but as all I know, we'll need a 6 who can sit there, like a younger Carrick, or not really need a Ndidi. We don't need a destroyer once we have that. Once we have because we have Fred, but we need someone who will be calm, who will be cool on the ball, who will be reserved even in tight spaces. Someone who's good on the tight spaces, someone who's technically gifted, someone who has a long range in passing in him, even short range in passing. Just someone who is a technically sound footballer, so that once Fred wins the ball back, he can pass it back to the said 6 or the said footballer, and then there could be progression. Right now, I'm thinking Fred and Donny. I think that could work, and I'm thinking Once the manager starts getting a feel of the team, starts getting to know which of my footballers, which of my ballers are better on the ball, or which of my footballers can complement one another, because it's a partnership. In a partnership, you just don't need footballers who are just or certain ilk. You need, oh, Fred is not good in or he's not good in long passes, or he's not, or the deficiencies that Fred has, the person who will be sat next to him or will be beside him has to complement. So whatever this guy lacks, this guy has, and whatever this guy lacks, this guy has. And that's what I'm saying. Both of them can't be the dogs, can be the savages to just run around. The other person needs to be calm and collected, needs to be good on the ball, needs to be good on the tight spaces, can turn, can do the rondos, can do all the technically can do all the technical stuff that Fred can do. But that being said, Fred at the moment is being played at the best, at his own best position. He is just thriving because the Gegen pressing, that he's one of the triggers. He's one of the guys who will just follow. Yes, it starts from the top, but he has energy for days, man. He doesn't get tired, man. This guy could run for 120 minutes, and I'm so sure of that. But what a transformation. I think Fred will be one of Ralph's best players. At the moment, I think he is, but as the days progress, even if Pogba comes back, even if Donny starts getting more game time, even if Varane and Bailly start playing in the heart of the defense and all that, and Tony comes back, and who else are we talking about? He starts breeding in the youth, the likes of Elanga, the likes of Ahmad Traore. I'm telling you, man, Fred will always be that guy, even if he gets new signings, because Fred is just, he is just the perfect. It's like he was tailor-made for Ralph's football. We saw United deploy a 4-2-2-2, a 4-2-2-2, where Fred and Scott, and then Fred and Scott were ahead of the four, like the centre backs, and then we had Bruno and Sancho ahead of them, and then we had Rush and Ronnie as the two strikers, where Ronnie was more deep and Rashford was playing at the shoulder, where he could make the runs and he could turn around and use his pace. And that's why you could see, I think Rashford had like 4 offsides, if I'm not wrong, because he was trying to catch them off guard. But anyway, it looks like the 4-2-2 that people were talking about, that everyone was talking about, I think that it suits the squad at the moment. Because even if Pogba comes back, Pogba could play in one of the in the what, 1, 2, 3, in the third row of the two. So we could have maybe Pogba on the left and Sancho on the right, or vice versa. No, actually Pogba is better on the left. So yeah, Pogba on the left and Sancho on the right. Because I'm thinking, if you give Pogba the 10, or if you give him the free role, he'll be better than Bruno, because he's more technically gifted than Bruno. We saw that we were defensively compact. Even if it was Maguire and Lindelof, we saw that there was a lot of we had control, and that's what Ralph was talking about most of the time. We control the game, we control the pace. Nothing would happen, nothing in the game would happen without us wanting it to happen. If we want them to have the ball, we'd allow them to have the ball. If we want to win back the ball, we'd win back the ball. In his 6 seconds, we were winning the ball back. Like once the first minute, once the whistle was blown, we wanted to have the ball back, and immediately we got the ball back. Ronaldo was running like a mad dog. Rashford, obviously, would run like a mad dog. Bruno definitely is there. Sancho, Fred. So we had control of the game. We pitched the first half. I think the first 45 minutes, our players were inside their half. We did not give them any space, and we know Vieira likes to have the ball. He likes to have possession of the ball. But we did not let them have the ball. We did not let them control the ball. So by that, we made sure that we'd control how many chances we concede. definitely by playing such a high line and playing such a fast-paced football, yeah, we definitely concede chances in the counter. And Zaha tried. We considered that chance with Benteke, and I think he was offside, but he scuffed his lines. There was no point in that game that I was thinking that, oh my days, this is just like 4 or 5 weeks ago, where we're just conceding chances against Liverpool, against Man City, against Watford. It is his first game, and definitely there'll be more to come, because apparently that was just 45 minutes training in the training session. But I am so sure that by the time we're getting to like February, where we'll have like spaces, a week space, 10 days space, where he can work more on the training, set pieces. Did you see our first corner? Definitely, man. Everything was, I'm telling you, man, I couldn't believe it. I thought I was dreaming. I kept on slapping myself because I could not believe that United were actually keeping me on the edge of my seat, like literally. It's because we were wasting chances. We were not clinical enough. First half would have been like comfortable 3-0, maybe 4-0, but comfortable 2 or 3-0, because we had I think Ronaldo had 2 good chances in that game. Bruno as well. Anyway, more to come, and this will be so good, and I cannot wait. At least now we can see that Ralph is trying to get his backroom stuff. Now that Michael Carrick went, he needs his own assistant manager. There was a lot of talk about guys from Red Bull, guys who are playing, guys who are managing at the moment, and guys who are like former managers. But it looks like Chris Amos, however you pronounce that name, but apparently he's an American. He's been touted to be his assistant coach, the next assistant coach. He's coming in with Sasha Lenz, who will take on the role as a sports psychologist. So, who is Chris Amos? So, Chris Amos is a former New York Red Bulls and Toronto FC manager. And I think, I don't know whether they've worked together, but he's definitely, Ralph has definitely looked or has seen something good in him. And Sasha Lenz, they worked together with Ralph at Schalke and RB Leipzig. So it's going to be it's looking as if he's forming his own Avengers list. And have you guys noticed, even on Twitter or anything, it's like they're announcing these names like it's the hit squad or Avengers hit squad. So it's just a good time, man. See, I'm smiling, man. If you go back to my Instagram videos, like last season, man, I was complaining all the time about the football, about how bad our football was. But I can't believe it. I am smiling. Now we can trust now I can definitely trust the process, man. I can definitely trust the process. So happy days, and I can't just wait, man. But and today's a match day as well. Today I just feel good. So the sports psychologist, they've worked together. So it's going to be, that's another reunion. Chris Armas, however you pronounce that name, is coming from the MLS. So he's definitely going to bring in his own stuff, but working under Ralph, who is like he's a football genius, man. He's an enthusiast. He is. They're not even. I don't think there are enough adjectives to describe Ralph, because that guy, he's a micromanager in terms of football. He wants to train the position. He wants to train you on a particular position. He wants to train your mind. He wants to get you into the right mindset. He'll have different attacking plays. He'll have a different attacking scenarios for different teams. So expect today to be different. Obviously, yes, definitely we're going to press high. We're going to play faster. We're going to have the transitions quick. But I'm thinking today is going to be a different game. And that brings well to my last and final point today. United versus Young Boys at 11 p.m. East African time. So I'm thinking that today there'll be heavy rotation. I'm not sure whether we'll see like 10, 11 changes, but we've seen that he said about Ralph. He said in his presser that he's gonna have Dean Henderson is gonna play. I think Matic is gonna play. Who's gonna have the armband? Matt is gonna get some game time. I think he talked big about Greenwood starting. I think Ahmad or Elanga are going to get game time. I saw Wan-Bissaka is fit. He was in the bench against Crystal Palace, but I don't know about Wan-Bissaka because Wan-Bissaka is not Dalot, and the way we're playing with the fullbacks attacking and all that, we know that Wan-Bissaka is so poor in attack. Even not just in attack, he's just bad on the ball. To be honest, I'm so sorry, Wan-Bissaka, but it's the truth. And your best attribute can just be sled tackling. Once we're compact enough and we can control our defensive structure, we do not need Wan-Bissaka. He'll be null and void. Because we were getting found out because our defensive structure is bad, and that's why we need Wan-Bissaka to bail us out almost all of the time with his one-on-one, with his one-on-one or slide tackling. But now Dalot, if you saw that game, there were about 2 or 3 instances where I think Zaha had the ball and Dalot went and tackled him without even getting to the ground, just by either using his shoulder, using his body, or just getting there ahead of him. So Wan-Bissaka, he might get game time because I'm thinking everybody has a clean slate until the manager, the gaffer, sees that it's not working out. But everyone has a clean slate. I'm even thinking Legrand should have a clean slate. So let's see. So I'm thinking there'll be heavy rotation. Bailly might even start, and once Bailly has that position locked down, I'm thinking that some players will not get in there. And there's even Maguire's definitely. Maguire won't play today, obviously. If I'm thinking Matic is definitely going to have the armband, which he confirmed, and so I'm thinking it might be Bailly and Lindelof. Because Varane apparently is injured, but they're saying his return date could be on the 18th. Cavani's return date could be on the 18th. Tony as well could be on the 18th. Yeah, repping Tony. Paul Pogba, unknown return date. We don't know about Pogba, but once Pogba comes back, man, it's peak for some players, man. Bruno might not even see that. So today, heavy rotation, because there are games every 3 to 4 days. So expect heavy rotation, even if not the whole game, not the whole 11, maybe about half of the 11, maybe even more than half of the 11. But today's game is a dead rubber. You've already proceeded next to the round of 16. UEFA Champions League. They don't use goal difference. They use head to head. So I think I know that we're already through to the next stage as group winners. So yes, if he wants to do 11 changes, he can, because if he wants to see how the other guys are doing, like the rest of the squad. But I don't know. It's still new. It's still a new regime. It's a new era. We still need to pick his brain more. But it's enjoyable. I can't believe it, man. I just cannot believe it. This is gonna be amazing. It's gonna be a good run. Right now, there are no big games. We're not facing the top 6 sides at least until March, where we face. But now, once it gets to March, I think we're facing City, Tottenham, Liverpool. Then there'll be Everton, some other team. Then another 2 weeks, then Chelsea, then Arsenal. So it's gonna be a good season. Then the next games up until March, we talk about in the Premier League. They're all winnable games, and with my Kiburi, with the United DNA and all that, we expected. To be honest, we are expected. It's not about pressure. It's not about anything. This is United. We expected to win all of them games. Yes, I know there are 3 to 4 games, there are games every 3 to 4 days, and injuries could touch wood. Injuries could be there, or bad decisions, refereeing, blah blah blah. You don't know what could happen. But this, like we're playing Norwich on Sunday. Then I think we play. I had that list somewhere. But we just know that these games, the next run of games, the next run of games are winnable games, and we need, not should, we need to get as much points as possible. We're only 11 points. I'm not saying that we're going for the title, but we're only 11 points off of City. 11 points. Those are just 4 games. Just 4 games. So anyway, it's been your boy Melvin, and yeah, I'm happy now that the German is here. Mercedes ball, Audi ball, Deutschland, football made in Germany. This is United. Peace. I'm out.